Buffett's whole method that saved your savings from a crash fits on one page. 4 simple questions decide every stock he has ever bought. Skip even one, and a promising stock can leave you broke. Most people buy on a tip, a chart, or a gut feeling. Buffett buys on 4 filters and rejects almost everything. The filters are so simple that most investors ignore them. Tonight you learn to run all 4 before your next buy. Get them right, and a crash becomes your buying day. The habit that quietly wiped out your neighbor was skipping them. Buffett has used the same 4 questions since 1965. The tip that ruined your coworker skipped all 4 filters. There are more than 4,000 stocks you could buy tomorrow. No human can study them all in a single lifetime. So most investors just guess, and the market punishes them. The average trader badly trails a simple index fund. Fees and bad timing quietly eat their savings for decades. Graham saw this in 1949 and offered a way out. Buffett sharpened it into 4 questions on a card. Those 4 questions turned 4,000 stocks into a short list. The shortcut that cost most traders their savings was ignoring filters. Graham proved in 1949 that discipline beats brilliance. Ignore the method, and one crash can leave you broke. Miss a filter, and one bad company can wipe you out. So let us walk each filter with a real win and a loss. Each filter is one line you can write on a card. Buffett wrote them plainly so a child could use them. Filter 1 is simple. Can you actually understand the business? If you cannot explain how it earns money, you skip it. Buffett calls this staying in your circle of competence. The circle can be tiny, it only has to be honest. The filter that saved Buffett from the dot-com crash was this one. In 1999, he refused the tech stocks he could not value. Critics mocked him as a washed-up old man. Then the dot-com bubble burst and wiped out trillions. Fortunes that ignored this filter simply went to zero. Buffett lost nothing because he never left his circle. A pass looks like a soft drink you have known for 50 years. A fail looks like a business whose profits you cannot trace. If the money flow is a mystery, the answer is no. Graham warned that confusion is the road to ruin. The company that wiped out thousands was the one they never understood. Buffett skipped 500 tech firms he could not value. Every one that later went to zero never touched his money. Filter 2 asks whether the business has a lasting moat. A moat is a durable edge rivals cannot easily copy. It can be a brand, a network, or unbeatable low costs. The filter that made Buffett billions on See's was this one. He bought a candy maker that could raise prices every year. Loyal buyers paid more without ever walking away. That pricing power poured out cash for over 40 years. The fail that cost Buffett dearly was a moatless airline. Airlines fight on price, so no one keeps a real edge. He later joked the industry was a money-burning machine. No moat means today's profit is gone tomorrow. So ask what stops a rival from crushing this business. If nothing protects it, the moat filter says no. The airline that cost Buffett millions had no moat at all. A price war left the whole industry bankrupt in waves. A candy counter, by contrast, poured out cash for 40 years. A brand people trust is a moat money cannot buy. Coca-Cola kept its buyers loyal for over 100 years. Now here is where most careful investors still get wiped out. You can pass filters 1 and 2 and still lose everything. The manager who looted a great firm left owners penniless. A dishonest boss can bankrupt a fortress overnight. Filter 3 asks if able and honest people run the company. A great business can be looted by a dishonest boss. Buffett wants managers who treat you like a true partner. Buffett reads 10 years of letters to see the truth. The filter that saved him was watching how bosses spend cash. Honest managers reinvest wisely or hand the cash back. Dishonest ones buy jets and empire build until it crashes. Many famous blow-ups began with charming, lying managers. Their investors were wiped out while the bosses stayed rich. A pass is a manager who admits mistakes in plain words. A fail is one who blames everyone and hides the numbers. Read the letters. The honest ones sound like partners. The boss who wiped out his investors still kept his jet. Buffett tracks 10 years of letters before he trusts them. Dishonest words today become a bankruptcy tomorrow. Buffett drops any stock the moment a manager lies. One hidden loss can wipe out 10 years of gains. Filter 4 is the one greedy investors love to skip. Even a wonderful business is a bad buy at a crazy price. Graham called the gap between price and value a margin of safety. You want to pay far less than the business is worth. That gap protects you when your judgment is wrong. The filter that saved fortunes in 2008 was this one. Investors who overpaid in the boom were crushed in the bust. They bought great companies at insane prices and still lost. Buffett waited, then bought the same firms for pennies. Price is the filter that turns a crash into a gift. Pay too much and even a moat cannot save your return. So always ask what the business is truly worth first. The mistake that wiped out fortunes in 2008 was overpaying. Great companies bought too dear still left buyers broke. Graham demanded paying 60 cents for a dollar of value. That 40-cent gap is your only shield against ruin. Pay full value, and one crash leaves you broke. Now watch how the 4 filters work together as one gate. A stock must pass all 4, or you simply walk away. The trade that ruined a careful saver failed just one filter. Buffett would rather miss 100 winners than buy one ruin. Run them in order, and most stocks fail within seconds. Filter 1 alone kills any business you cannot understand. Filter 2 discards anything without a real moat. Filter 3 rejects every dishonest management team. Filter 4 waits until the price finally makes sense. What survives all 4 is a short list worth your money. Buffett often holds cash for years waiting for a pass. Doing nothing is a real move when nothing passes. One great decision a year can beat 100 rushed trades. The filters protect you most in a wild, greedy market. The panic that bankrupted the reckless made Buffett richer. In 2008, he spent billions while others went to zero. His 4 filters turned a crash into the sale of a lifetime. Guess which filter beginners skip most before I tell you. It is filter 4, the price, and skipping it is deadly. They fall in love with a great company and overpay. Then a normal dip wipes out years of their gains. The business was fine, the price they paid ruined them. A great business at a terrible price is still a loss. The bubble that left millions broke ignored filter 4. Overpay for quality, and a crash still ruins you. Graham survived 1929 by never overpaying once. Price is the filter that decides if you go broke. Take a stock you own and run all 4 filters tonight. Ask honestly if it passes everyone or quietly fails. Comment which filter your favorite stock fails first. The filter you skip is the one that will cost you. Run all 4 tonight and comment which one your stock fails. 4 filters on one page, guarding your money for life. Understand it, or you are gambling in the dark. Find a moat, or today's profit vanishes tomorrow. Trust the managers, or an honest business gets looted. Pay a sensible price, or a crash leaves you broke. Run all 4, and you invest like Buffett on one page. Skip one, and the market can leave you broke overnight. The 4 filters are simply insurance against ruin. Buffett has stayed rich for 60 years on these 4 lines. Ignore them, and the market eventually leaves you broke. Everything here comes from Buffett's own shareholder letters. They are linked below, free to read with the Audible trial. Send this to the friend who thinks investing needs a system. If this one-page method helped, a like sends it to more investors. Subscribe, and each day brings one more skill the pros guard. Buffett's whole method that guards your money still fits on one page. Tomorrow you choose A. Why growth can destroy value, or B. The coffee can portfolio.